in partnership with CommSec.
All right, Tom Piotrowski, good morning to you. How are we shaping up today?
Oh, Pete, not too bad. Well, under the circumstances, I suppose a flat start's not a bad outcome. We've seen a couple of days of gains, so we're up by the better part of 2% as far as the last couple of sessions are concerned, a little bit less than that. So today, in terms of the major developments in the Northern Hemisphere, mixed performances for US and European stocks. So on the one hand, European stocks were higher by quite a decent margin. In the case of the French market, up by almost 1.5%. The FTSE was up by about 1.2%. The German DAX up by around 0.9%. Car makers were the issues driving European markets higher. The exemptions on auto parts are coming into the US from the Trump administration in the last day, or that suggestion at least, buoyed European car makers. So that was the positive side of the Northern Hemisphere. US markets started off well in positive territory. At one stage, the Nasdaq was up by the most part of 1%, but that gain faded over the course of the day, and we've seen small negatives posted for the indices. The Dow down by around 0.4%, the S&P down 0.2%, the Nasdaq just in negative territory. The ballast for US stocks, Pete, came in the form of bank earnings. Again, that's been a feature of the last couple of days. So Citigroup and Bank of America each posted better than expected earnings, and the stocks up by more than 3%. But there's a mooted probe into semiconductors and pharmaceuticals that's been put forward by the Trump administration, and investors are concerned that this might come with tariffs on pharmaceuticals, for example. So Johnson & Johnson delivered better than expected earnings, but the stock was lower on the back of disquiet around that. And interestingly, Boeing shares were lower by around 2% last night, and that turns around reports that the Chinese administration has ordered Chinese airlines to cease taking deliveries from the plane maker. So another example of the trade war rearing its head in that neck of the woods. The Aussie dollar is a little bit weaker at 63.5 US cents. Was trading as high as 63.8.
Okay, Tom, thank you.